Hey Internet, this is Jason Broussard. I am your host with the FTBStoday, the online internet talk show. I'm here today. My co-host is Shay Stein. You can catch her on her Twitter at @ShaynaChanel. And basically what we're talking about today is in entertainment news. Lady Gaga had a picture that came out on her, it was released on Gaga Dailies where I first saw it. And it was a picture of her right here looking a little less glamorous. I mean, she's kind of, you can almost see sort of bruises on her arms right over there. Her eyes look real dark. And my question is this a character? Is this like a Joel Calderon kind of thing where she has a video coming? Because we know Art Pop.
Yeah.
You know, Art Pop's going to be coming out in November. And she does have a single coming out.
Yeah. August 18th, I believe.
Do you think it's going to be for a video for that?
You know, at this point, I don't know, because the video is supposed to have already been gone through the filming process. Mm-hmm. And this is just a recent picture. So I'm thinking it has something to do with something else. Maybe it's for a performance that is up and coming. I'm not quite sure. Well,
because right here we also have, you know, they say this leak video from Art Pop from what they say is going to be from her new music video.
Yeah.
And in the original video, you can hear kind of directors and everyone talking, and it sounds like the crew, the people on set of the video.
Sort of leading her.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, well, I mean, obviously it must have been done on purpose, right? The video is too high quality.
I mean, it might be because for her Monster Ball tour, she had these sort of interludes going on during her concert, and it was shots of her face like this, saying different things. And a lot of speculations of this album in particular are she's going back to her roots, where she came from. And The Fame, her first album, is really her roots. So I think she might be going back to a concept like she was using during that time and using it in this album.
Well, some people would say that in The Fame, the first album, that wasn't her music, and that stuff now that's coming out is more her music. So when you say she's going back to that, are you saying that she's going to just be producing more of a pop style?
Yeah, well, she's taking the concept of a pop star, a more well-known pop star, like, you know, Britney Spears, Madonna, the concept of the blonde superstar. She's taking the storyline of the rise and fall and sort of manipulating it into her career, whereas she started as the blonde pop star and she's sort of de-evolving away from that image.
And I feel like with the paparazzi video that stage performance at the VMAs, I mean, that's what got me really into Gaga, and that was a big performance arts piece.
It was sort of her first outbreak to the public. People saw that as her first exotic performance, and they really got the feel of Lady Gaga and what she's about in her art. Mm-hmm. And I think that really portrays the end of a pop star's career, and she's sort of taking that storyline backwards. And
I guess my question for you is, with those pictures, that recent picture, because I mean, she looks great in this Art Pop still from the video. I think she looks fantastic. But in like that picture that just came out recently, like I said, she doesn't look so great. Do you think that this is hurting her? Do you think that this stress, because I know she went on the media blackout, she stopped her Twitter and everything. Do you think it's hurting her health?
I think in ways, most artists somehow end up endangering their health, and I think she's really sacrificing herself and her health and her well-being overall to really put a lot of commitment behind her performance arts beats. Because
back in the day, because, you know, we're talking about getting back to the original Gaga, you know, we'll know her from before she was even famous, when she was performing at bars and different things. Mm-hmm. You know, I think this kind of reminds me more of her style, more of that.
Well, when she was Stephanie Germanotta, which is this, what this is really portrayed to be as, the dark-haired, you know, she was very thin. She even talked about having, struggling with drug addictions. So I think this is really representing that time of her life.
Now, do you think she's going back to doing those things, or she's just representing that style of what she used to be?
I think it's just a visual art piece. I think that's all it is. I don't think it has any specific meaning yet, but I think as a whole picture, if you look at her entire career, she wants to be that idolized career that people have questions about, you know, the mystery behind it. I think she's really going for something like that.
Now, I know, you know, obviously not speaking for Gaga, but if you were Gaga and people were saying these things about your health, do you think you would want to tell people not to worry about her, or do you think people should be concerned about her well-being?
Well, I definitely think her fans should be concerned about her health. I mean, they're naturally going to be that way anyway, but I think she needs to focus on her art, and she's gone on a hiatus for a while, and I think this
to
is
do
really
that, to
really change things up, and I think she needs something fresh in her life, because a lot of people have made their opinions about her and kind of formed an idea about her already, and she's changing things up to sort of bring in that crowd again.
Yeah.
To re-spark that interest. Because that's ultimately what she did when she first became a big thing in the music industry.
And you'll hear, like, on the radio, I feel like a lot of times you'll hear Paparazzi and Poker Face played and Telephone a lot more often than you would hear Marry the Night, You and I, and even Born This Way to an extent. Do you think that it was a rating thing? Do you think maybe she's doing it just because she wants to hear her stuff more on the radio, or do you think that's not it at all and it's just
not necessarily. I don't think it's really like a publicity stunt. A lot of people might see it that way. I think it's really one of the steps, in her creating this project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, I mean, an artist's work is never really done, so, I mean, I'm sure she's trying to continue keeping stuff fresh and do her own real thing.
Definitely.
Well, those of you that are watching this, leave your comment. Let us know what you think. Do you think Gaga's doing this as a publicity stunt? Do you think it's just one of those things that, kind of helping her find herself? Let us know what you think about the whole Lady Gaga scenario, and be sure to follow us on the FTBStoday on Twitter, our YouTube account where you're watching this video, and our Facebook page, and see a lot more from us, and maybe hopefully a lot more from Gaga in the future.